Me and Dozer started this band about 5 years ago. We released an EP and a couple of singles, and we've been lucky enough to go on tour all over Europe, and we've visited places we never would have gone if we weren't in a band.
Since starting the band, we've never really had a solid lineup. Almost every time we've put out new material, we've had a different member, and it's become really frustrating.
With Alex living in Italy, it was always very difficult to stay in contact with each other. We recently got to go on tour on a bus and be together 24/7 for the best part of a month.
For one of the first times we had the opportunity to talk about the band properly, and by the end of the tour it became clearer that things weren't going to work out for us and Alex to be a part of the lineup.
I've always been a big fan of Napoleon, so when I was asked to be the band's new singer and frontman, I couldn't turn it down. I'm Wes Thompson, and some of you may know me as the former vocalist from my previous band Climates. I was devastated when Climates came to an end for me, and I didn't think I could be involved in music again. But as time went on and with the support of my family, I came to realise that music is what I want to do, and it's been part of who I am for most of my life. But it's almost like everything has just fallen into place, and I've known Sam and James for a couple of years through touring together and admired each other's music, and the whole thing just feels right and fully positive. And I'm really humbled that Sam and James came to me to ask me to do it.
Last summer, we started recording the music for the album. After getting the main song ideas together, we spent a month and a half in the studio with our friend Nathan Smith. I wanted to do a lot of the writing in the studio whilst the ideas were fresh in my head and flowing on from each other, as with our older songs, I spent months changing parts and always found it hard to commit to one.
Recording this album for me was also a very different process compared to with our older songs. We'd always spent a lot of time practicing and jamming the songs before we went to record them. But as a lot of this album was written in the studio, I worked on my drum parts whilst there, which was really different for me. I really felt that this helped me become more motivated and determined to get the best possible drum parts that I could. We've always felt with our style of music it's hard to give a good stage show, so our aim with the new material was to focus more on posy vibes of the groove to create the ultimate bounce of the crowd.
Me and James have played shows with Wes and his old band Climates many times before, and we've always been a big fan of his vocal game. We're really stoked to have him on board, knowing what he is capable of as a frontman. He's brought some great ideas to the table for this album, and we've never been more excited to finally get back on track.
It's been almost a year since we finished recording the music for the album, but due to not having a stable lineup and not really knowing what the future would hold, meant we weren't able to put any new material out. The vocals for the album are almost done, and we're really excited to be able to release it this year.
The last thing we ever wanted to do was slow down as a band, but we felt we really had to spend the time to make sure we weren't going to have any more member changes and that we're all on the same page.
We just want to say a massive thanks to everyone that's been so patient. We've got a brand new single coming out really soon off our debut album, and we're really stoked for everyone to hear it.
We're playing some new songs on tour throughout April, and it's going to be Wes's first tour with us, so come along and check it out.